Alright TM Nation, so I finally got my hands on a pair of the Cleer Enduro ANC headphones, which I've had on my radar for quite a while now. They aren't the newest pair of headphones out there, but they do a lot of things right, the price is reasonable, and overall, the performance is rock solid. I will get into more of the specs and the features a little bit later on in this video, but for the highlights, the battery life is excellent at up to 60 hours on a charge. These are compatible with the Cleer Plus app. They provide multi-point connectivity, aptX adaptive compatibility, and the build quality is also impressive. But starting off with the look and the comfort of these, they do come in two different colors, which are the light gray that you'll see throughout this video, and they also have black as well if you want to check that out. Regardless of the color you choose, they will have the brushed bronze looking accents and the Cleer branding on both sides of the outer ear cups. And speaking of the ear cups, they're soft and plush, and I've had no issues using these headphones for several hours at a time without any problems with ear fatigue or discomfort, and the top headband also is comfortable on the top of my head, which makes wearing these a nice experience. Now the construction of the headphones is mostly plastic, but they do seem flexible enough to withstand a decent amount of wear and tear. You also have options in terms of storing them, as you can either fold them up completely or lie them flat on a surface if you want to. Another thing about the design here is you get physical buttons for those of you all who do not like gestures or touch controls. Now you can't customize them through the app, but you do get all of the controls that you would need, such as track forward and track back, hanging up calls and picking up calls, summoning your voice assistant, adjusting your volume, and toggling on or off ANC and transparency. As I mentioned earlier, these are a little bit older, so they aren't using the latest and greatest in terms of Bluetooth, coming in at Bluetooth 5.0, but this has done completely fine for me while watching YouTube videos and Amazon Prime movies on both my Android and iOS devices. During my testing, I was able to consume pretty much all of my normal media without any noticeable latency, but I would not recommend these to a hardcore mobile gamer as they don't have a built-in low latency mode. But one area that I do think that these excel in is in the call quality. They are packing CVC 8.0 and noise cancelling microphones that are aimed at focusing on your speech while rejecting some of the ambient noise going on around you. Like I said, I think that they do a pretty good job in this department, but I did take samples for you guys so that you can judge for yourselves. Let's check them out. Alright guys, so right now I have the headphones paired to my iPhone 14 Pro. As you can see, the audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on them, and I'm not going to do any type of editing to this sample, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how these will perform in a relatively quiet environment. And now I have some simulated background noise playing in the background. Everything else about this test is exactly the same, still paired to the iPhone 14 Pro. Also not going to do any type of editing to this sample, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how these can focus on your speech while rejecting some of your ambient noise. Now moving on and touching on the ANC and transparency performance. To test them out, I did my normal routine of going outside in the evening time when the kids are usually outside playing, and with ANC on, I was able to drown out most of the ambient noise going on around me, such as birds chirping, cars passing by, and lower levels of dialogue, but of course screaming and yelling was still audible. Now although those sounds did get through, they were significantly reduced, but one thing that I was not a huge fan of is the digital sound that these give off when you are using ANC. It's not really that noticeable when you're playing music or other media, but when you have ANC on and nothing playing, you really can pick it up. But besides that, I would say that these perform well in the ANC department. Inside of my house, HVAC noises and things of that nature pretty much went away. Now the strength of the transparency is adjustable with these, and I found it to be slightly stronger than the ANC to my ears. With it set to the highest setting, I was able to hear what was going on around me pretty well, I'd say within about 6 to 7 feet, which is pretty impressive. And again, you can dial it back to your comfort, so if you want to hear less of what's going on around you, you can simply adjust it through the app. And speaking on the sound quality, guys, these are gonna come in the flat EQ out of the box, which is not meant to blow you away, of course. It's just a foundation for you to start from. I did create my own EQ inside of the Cleer Plus app, but for the most dynamic sound available through the stock EQs, I think that a good starting point is gonna be the Rock one. Here they provide a bright sound signature overall, with highs that are clear without being piercing, mids that are forward without being overpowering, and bass that is there but not so crazy that it drowns out the other frequencies. My custom EQ is basically an edited version of the Rock EQ with a little more focus on the bass. Even though with those frequencies maxed out, I do wish that they provided a little bit more of a low-end rumble. That being said, if you're a bass head, these probably are not gonna blow you away, but if you like a well-rounded sound signature, I think that these perform well in that department. So taking everything into consideration, fam, these are a very solid pair of ANC headphones for the price. You get access to the companion app with all of its functionality, respectable ANC performance, good transparency performance, good call quality, great battery life, and aptX adaptive compatibility as well. I mean, I think that these cover most of the features that the average person is looking for. No, I would not recommend these to a hardcore mobile gamer as they don't have a low latency mode, and I also would not recommend these to a bass head that's looking for ear rattling bass. But if those two areas are not must-haves for you, I definitely think that these are worth a shot. Before you get on out of here, if you rock with the channel and your boy Tecmo, hit that subscribe button and knock that notification bell out so you won't miss any of my uploads. Welcome to TM Nation. Peace.